Hello all, welcome back to Career with Vasant YouTube channel. My name is Vasant. I hope you all doing well. So this is a video series where I'm explaining the DSA problems. So in this particular video, I'm going to explain you a very important DSA questions. So this is an easy difficulty question called isomorphic strings. Whenever anybody reads it, this question looks very easy. So it's marked as an easy difficulty problem on LeetCode, but it's not that easy to solve actually. So that's the reason I picked this problem. This is one of my favorite problem. Okay, let's see how to solve this problem step by step. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. I'm going to more such good content about front-end and interview preparation. Now, without wasting further time, let's get started. Let's see this question given to you in the interview. First thing you do is read the question. Given two strings S and T, determine if they are isomorphic. Two strings S and T are isomorphic if the characters in S can be replaced to get T. All occurrence of a character must be replaced with another character while preserving the order of character. No two character may map to the same character, but character may map to itself. I know like sometimes not so easy to read this. So let's look at an example. So we have an example S which points to egg, T points to ADD. So output is given as true. So these two are isomorphic strings. Why they are isomorphic string? Because the string S and T can be made identical by mapping E to A and G to D. Let's imagine. Let's say E here maps to A, G here maps to D. Next time whenever G came, that is also mapping to D. Putting other way, if we replace E with A and G with D, these two strings become identical. As simple as that. Correct? Let's go to foo and bar example. So F points to B, F maps to B, O maps to A, O maps to R. We are gone. Correct? Because O is supposed to map to A. Now I cannot get foo from bar. Paper and title, same as above. So where all characters pointing to the only one letter. So we are able to make the, we are able to get this done. If you only think difference between egg and paper is, so P is pointing to T here. Again, here also P is pointing to T, which is of around almost 5 characters. This is of around 3 characters. Okay. Now, just for you to make visualize it clearly, I have made a simple diagram here. Okay. So let's look at the diagram. So where we have created, let's say JavaScript map where E points to A, G points to D. Next time whenever G comes, I'm checking whether the map contains G or not. If it contains the G, whatever the value of G, is that the same value of whatever has come? Like E is making pointing to A, G is pointing to D. Next time when G comes, so I'm checking whether the value of G, which is already existing, and the value that has come are same or not. Correct? So next time also whenever G comes, so it's pointing to the same value. So it's isomorphic. Foo and bar, F pointing to B, O pointing to A. Next is again O pointing to R. Next time whenever O comes, I'm going to check what is the value for O, which is A. But our expectation is R. So it's not matching. So we're returning false or non-isomorphic string. So this is very easy, Vasant. So why you have picked this problem? Anybody can do it because all we have to do is create a hash map. Key is the first string's letter. Value is the second string's letter. So we are done. It's not as easy as that. If you look at here, no two characters may map to the same character. This is very, very important. So a lot of us will not read the lines very carefully. That is the reason why the question becomes tricky. Okay. So now if we look at another example, example 3, where S is BAD, T is pointing to BAB. Okay. So let's say the same example like how we did. So B pointing to B, we created a map, A pointing to A, and D pointing to B. So this is an isomorphic string according to our an initial analogy of solving the problem, because every character here is pointing to a unique character on the right hand side. But we are violating this condition. No two characters may map to the same character. See, B pointing to B, which was fine. Now D also pointing to B. So both the characters are mapping to the same value. So if you just follow the single map approach, we are not going to get to know whether it is isomorphic string or not. With this explanation, it will become isomorphic, then which is wrong. Okay. So how to solve the problem is we need to have another map. Okay. We need to have two maps where the first string will be pointing to where first map will point to this character from S to character from T. There is a map 2 maps from the character of T to character of S. Okay. So B is pointing to B, which is perfect. Same way B is pointing to B, a reverse also. Okay. Then A is pointing to A, which is perfect. Again, A is pointing to A, which is perfect. Next, D is pointing to B. Okay. Same way here we would check. So D is pointing to B actually is correct as per our map implementation. But again, if you see here, whenever I encounter the B again in the second map, I'll see what is the value of B, which is B. But I'm trying to add B to D. So which is violating the condition. Whenever that map already has a value, the new value should map to existing value. Otherwise, it's not non-isomorphic. I'm going to reiterate it and then I'm going to start coding. So S and T, we are creating two maps. One where the key is the characters of S and value is the characters from T. In the map 2, the keys are the characters from the T. Okay. Values are the characters from S. We have to make sure both of this at any given level, no duplication is allowed. Okay, like no two characters should not point to the same character. Okay, let's start the coding from because of the video time duration sake, I'm going to fast forward the video and I'm going to explain once after I complete the coding. Okay. Yeah. So my solution got accepted. So now I'm going to explain what I did quickly. The reason I fast forward this is so that I don't want to take a lot of your time. So if you see, like I explained in my solution, I created two maps, map 1 and map 2, both points to initially empty map. And as long as both the length of both the strings SNT are not same, definitely they cannot be isomorphic strings. So I'm keeping this check in the beginning. I think they're not going to give a test case where SNT are not having equal length, but just on safety note, I'm adding. We can skip to avoid this as well. Okay. So then you can run the follow up till either length of S or length of T because definitely both are of same length. Now we have f of map 1 has S of I. Okay. So very first, whenever we start, let's take an example of EGG and ADD. So there will not be anything. So if like map 1 dot has S of I, map 1 has E, no. Then else if map 2 has A, no. What we are doing, we are setting the map 1 dot set S of I. E is the key and A is the value. And map 2, we are setting A is the key and E is the value. Okay. Next, when we are setting the G, where G is the key and D is the value. And we are setting another as D is the key and G is the value for map 2. I'm going to log and I'm going to show in a while. And third thing, again, we have the G, where whenever G came, so map 1 has G, yes. Map 1 of G is pointing to D. So map 1 dot get, so which will give you the value of the whatever G is storing, which is D, is equal to T of I, yes. So this condition is not met, not is not met. Okay. So we end this for loop and we return the true. Okay. For your better understanding, I'm going to log both map 1 and map 2. Okay. Map 1, comma, map 1. Okay. And map 2, map 2. Okay. Let me run so that you can visualize how actually the map looks like. Okay. If you see here, first, the map 1 was E pointing to A. E pointing to A. Map 2 was A pointing to E. You see here. Next is E pointing to A and G pointing to D. And map 2 is A pointing to E and D pointing to G. Okay. Next is, if you see here, map 2, where we have the map 1, map 2, and again we have the map 1 here because we did not add a value in the third iteration because map 1 already had the G. So we are not adding a new value. We only compared. Okay. So during the third iteration, if you observe, so G already has the value of the D. Okay. So, but we still went ahead and added the value as the map will only contains the unique matching. So G comes again, the value, whatever we have will currently get replaced. Okay. So intentionally I have written a solution which is suboptimal. So we can optimize this by making a slight modification where you insert the characters only if they don't exist. Okay. If you can make that modification, please mention your code in the comment section. I'll be more than happy to validate it and confirm. So now we'll go to our edge case. So where I'm adding adding another test case. Okay. So that is BAD, BAD and BAB. Okay. So I'm running the code. So if you look at my edge case, so first we formed a map, okay, between S and T. B is forming, adding, B is mapping to B here in the map 1, map 2 also B is mapping to B. Again, in second iteration, A is mapping to A in both the cases. During the third iteration, if you see, we tried getting the value where actually this mismatch happened. S of I, which was in case of D, okay, we were not having the D, so we could add it to the B. But whenever you come to here, map 2 dot get T of I, map 2 dot of B was supposed to point to B, but we are getting it to as D. So it is not matching, so I'm returning it as the false. Okay, I hope you understood the question very well. Okay, this isomorphic string is one of interviewer's favorite question. So though it looks easy problem, it according to me falls in a medium category, because if you start someone start just starting the DSA, will not be able to predict all the test cases. So practice more of such problems. And if you have any doubts, mention it in the comment section. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. If you like the video, like it, share it with your friends who are preparing for the front-end DSA rounds. And my channel has so much of a good content about front-end interview preparation, that is system design, machine coding, and interview, lot of mock interviews. So make a well utilization of it. Share with your friends as well. Follow me on LinkedIn. I have 53,000 plus followers on my LinkedIn. I write very actively about front-end interview preparation. Thank you so much for watching. Catch you in the next video.